10 foods to avoid if you have diabetes. Eating unhealthy foods can have a number of effects on the body, including weight gain and high blood sugar levels. In many cases, there are healthy options to replace unhealthy foods. Here are 10 foods to avoid if you have diabetes, along with some healthier replacement options. 1. Processed meats. Processed meats, such as bacon, ham, salami, or beef jerky, contain many harmful chemicals that are not present in fresh meat. They have also been linked to diseases such as cancer and heart disease in numerous studies. Replace processed meats with leaner, more natural protein choices, such as chicken, turkey, tuna, or hard-boiled eggs. 2. Full-fat dairy products. Full-fat dairy products primarily contain saturated fat, the bad fat, which increases the risk of heart disease. As well, because higher fat foods naturally contain more calories, full-fat dairy products may contribute to an increased risk of obesity. Replace full-fat dairy products with low-fat or non-fat dairy products and non-dairy milks, for example, almond or soy milk. When choosing low-fat products, always be on the lookout for other unhealthy ingredients that may have been added to replace the fat, such as sugar or saturated fats. 3. Packaged snacks and processed baked goods. Most packaged pastries, cookies and cakes are made with refined sugar, refined wheat flour and unhealthy fats, such as shortening, which is high in trans fats. They also contain a number of chemical ingredients, including preservatives and coloring and flavoring agents. As well, the carbohydrates in processed foods are usually refined, simple carbohydrates, which cause rapid spikes in blood sugar and insulin levels. Replace packaged snacks and processed baked goods with hummus and vegetables, a handful of almonds or apple slices topped with nut butter. 4. White carbohydrates. The white carbohydrates in white bread, rice and pasta all have virtually no nutritional value. They can also cause blood sugar spikes and weight gain, as well as increased low-density lipoprotein cholesterol levels, the bad cholesterol. Replace white carbohydrates with whole grain carbohydrates such as brown rice, quinoa, and whole grain pastas and breads. 5. Sweetened breakfast cereals. Breakfast cereals are some of the most commonly consumed processed foods that are high in added sugars. In fact, most of them list sugar as the second or third ingredient. Starting the day with a high-sugar breakfast cereal will spike your blood sugar and insulin levels. Excess consumption of sugar may also increase your risk of obesity, as well as heart disease and cancer. Replace sweetened breakfast cereals with oatmeal, homemade granola, or packaged breakfast cereals that contain little or no added sugar. 6. Dried fruits. Dried fruits are a delicious way to satisfy your appetite and your sweet tooth, and they generally contain a goodly amount of fiber. Unfortunately, they're loaded with sugar. In fact, a small box of raisins, 43 grams, contains 25 grams of sugar. A 50-gram serving of dates also contains 25 grams of sugar. Replace dried fruits with fresh fruits. Grab an apple or a banana for a quick and healthy snack on the go. 7. French fries. Because French fries are deep-fried in oil that contains unhealthy saturated fats, they are very high in fat and calories. This can pose a number of serious health risks, for example, heart disease and obesity, if you eat French fries on a regular basis. French fries may also contain a lot of salt, which can contribute to increased blood pressure levels. Replace French fries with vegetable sticks or baked sweet potato wedges. 8. Higher fat cuts of meat. Meats that are higher in fat include beef or pork ribs, prime rib, rib-eye steak, and beef brisket. A number of studies have shown that consumption of high-fat meats, especially red meat, is associated with an increased risk of heart disease and cancer. Big portions of saturated fats are not the best for your health, but a little in your diet is okay. Some experts suggest you keep your saturated fat under 10% of your daily calories. Ask your doctor what your limit should be if you have diabetes. Trans fats are bad for your heart. They're so unhealthy that they are banned from most foods in the US. Check the ingredient list for anything that's partially hydrogenated, even if the label says it has 0 grams of trans fat. When partially hydrogenated fats are made, they form trans fats. Replace higher fat cuts of meat with leaner meats, such as chicken or turkey breast, sirloin or eye of round steak, or pork tenderloin. 9. Foods with trans fats, or high amounts of saturated fats. Unlike unsaturated fats, which help reduce the risk of heart disease and lower cholesterol levels, trans fats and saturated fats have no known benefit to human health. They also increase low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, and decrease high-density lipoprotein cholesterol, the good cholesterol. Common foods that contain trans fats and saturated fats include cakes, pies, donuts and cookies, especially when they have frosting, crackers and potato chips, fried fast foods, and frozen pizza. Replace foods with high levels of trans fats and saturated fats with foods that contain natural sources of vegetable fats, such as nuts and seeds or avocados, and foods that contain omega-3 fatty acids, such as salmon, tuna, or mackerel. Check out these foods that help lower your cholesterol. 10. Sugary foods. Sugary foods can cause dangerous spikes in your blood sugar levels, and high blood sugar over time can lead to serious diabetes complications. Carbohydrates found in most vegetables and whole grains don't affect blood sugar as much. And even though they are needed for energy, carbs like sugar don't always help. If you count carbs, it's better to choose healthier options most of the time than cut sugar altogether. A small amount of candy, pie, cake, or other sweet treat is okay once in a while. If you're at a party, you can swap a slice of cake or scoop of ice cream with a healthier type of carb, like dried fruit or plantains. Foods with artificial sweeteners are one way you can satisfy your cravings with no carbs or calories. Others have carbohydrates that are absorbed into the blood more slowly than table sugar, so they don't pose a threat to your blood sugar levels. Artificial sweeteners can be safe in small amounts for you, as long as you keep track of your blood sugar levels.